Every time I talk to Ooj from Ignite Minds, I always learn something, and today I am sure will be no different. Ooj, I want you to tell me today about critical reflection. What is it?
So all of our educators are required to record the learning that is taking place in an approved learning centre. So we do this through Storypark. So often we will upload photographs and we will tag particular learning outcomes in those photographs. But one of the things which the Act also requires us to do is to critically reflect on that learning that's taking place and then have a plan to extend upon those learning experiences. So if I could just put that in the context of, let's say, for example, you've got children which are playing with blocks this week, right? And you've got lots of photos of the children playing with blocks. And somebody will ask you, so why are they playing with blocks? And so, because they like it. Maybe it's because they're learning about balance. Maybe they're learning about three-dimensional shapes. Maybe they're putting together castles. Maybe they're doing some role play because their mum or their dad works in construction. So there could be all sorts of reasons why a child is playing with blocks. And so when we start to critically reflect on that, we can now engage in that child's world a little bit more, and we can think about, okay, if it's just about balance, maybe we could introduce some odd size or odd shaped blocks, or maybe we could introduce some other materials that maybe don't stack quite so easily. Or if it's about construction, do we need to introduce some bigger blocks or some blocks that are different shapes? Or could we do it in the sandpit, or could we do it outside? Are there other materials like roads or vehicles that we could add into those blocks? So the importance of thinking critically about child's play is about allowing us to enter into the world of that child so that they're not just playing with blocks week on week. You know, those blocks could be castles and moats and gardens or construction or balancing. It could be one thing one week and then it can morph and become something else. And so as we reflect critically, we allow that child's imagination to grow, and our imagination grows with that, and then we can introduce more and more elements into the play.
So it's more or less like that stage 1, the blocks, and then what you're going to do and expand it could be stage 2, stage 3, because when you mention the word critical, it's as though you're criticising something, but it's not. It's really immersing in it and taking it to that next level to make it better.
Yeah, we really want to see all of our educators answering 3 questions. What are the children doing right now? Why are they doing it? And how can we extend on that learning into future weeks? You know, so that's just a cycle. You know, in the corporate world, we might call it plan, do, check, act. You know, this PDCA kind of reflective, critical reflection or reflective practice. But it's really about just checking in and making sure that we're not just letting the kids do whatever they're doing because they're bored or because there are no other toys to play with. You know, we're actually engaging with the purpose of that play, and we're thinking critically or reflectively on how we can extend that opportunity. And look, to be perfectly honest, some kids want to play with blocks week on week, and that is absolutely fine. But we need to go through the mental gymnastics of thinking about why that is so.
It makes it a bit interesting for everyone involved.
Yes,
Thanks,
absolutely.
Ooj.